Hey everybody, coming to you from BuyTruckWheels.com. Wanted to talk to you about some medium duty wheels we've got here available. They have a lot of different applications and different trucks, so I'll try to catch them all during this video, but these are some very popular wheels that you may actually not know about because they're a little bit different. If you'll notice, they're 8 lug, and what these are is a 22.5 by 7.5 wide 8x275mm bolt pattern. So not as common obviously as your typical 10 lug hub pilot wheel you see on most semis. So we consider this a medium duty wheel. So you know, a lot of older F600s may have come 8 lug. International 4700. I actually just spoke to a guy this morning who's got a 96 International 4700. That truck came with 19.5 8 lugs, and he's considering upgrading to 22.5s. A lot of the newer F650s and 750s are already coming with 22.5 10 lugs, so it's probably going to be for the older models there. But also our new Chevy Silverado 45 and 5500s and even 6500s come with 8 lugs and 19.5s. So these 22.5s might be an upgrade for that. And then I get to our TopKicks and Kodiaks, which is a term you may be familiar with. These were like our older Silverado 45 and 5500s. They were called TopKicks and Kodiaks back then, but you'll see that those are also 8 lug. And so this particular wheel would have the same bolt pattern as those trucks. So let's get into what we've got here today. So on the right here, we've got our Alcoa high polish. This is the only finish that the Alcoa in this particular setup comes in is high polish, and it'll be high polish on both sides. Very nice wheel. We've got plenty of them here. And so if you're looking to upgrade your wheels to 22.5s, the way our kits come is you would get 4 outer aluminums, and I've also put over here our black steel inners. And so the reason we do that is usually due to the rear stud length. You're going to run a lot safer just doing the outer aluminums with steel inners, which is how most dual wheel trucks, you know, with single rear axles will come nowadays. Aluminum outers, steel inners. So that's how we kind of do it. Again, you'll see this has, compared to this wheel, which I'll go through in a minute, this is our Northstar version. This has a little smaller hand holes. Also, something I didn't mention is that this particular wheel comes on standard on some F53 Motorhome chassis. So some F53 Motorhomes come with 19.5 10 lug. It's a smaller chassis, smaller studs, usually metric 14. This particular wheel can come on F53 chassis with 22.5 wheels. You'll notice most of them are going to be 8 lug. So if you're looking to replace an aluminum wheel, you're looking for a spare, this would be a good option for you to go to. Moving over here to our left, you'll see this is a Northstar option we carry. Also the same specs, but it does look a little bit different. The main difference being the size of hand holes. Both have 8 hand or vent holes. This is the same, but it's got a little bigger. You'll see both have a very good finish. This is high polish on the right. Northstar on the left, you know, we consider it having a mirror finish. Another little small difference would be kind of this lip here. So the lip on the Northstar may be a little bit wider. Whether or not you care about that, I don't know. Maybe you do, but you'll see that that's a difference. Both are going to have very similar how much they weigh, how much load capacity they have, and you know, similar tire because they're the same height and width. And then again, just showing our steel wheel. Mostly this is going to be an inner wheel for you if you're upgrading from 19.5s to 22.5s. But some guys upgrade all their wheels to this black option if they're looking for a black option for their truck. We may get into some black aluminum here in the future, but for now, if you're looking for a black wheel you know, maybe going all 6 steel is a way to go. I have a customer out in Oregon who upgrades, and I didn't mention it, International CVs. That's kind of the same chassis as the Chevy Silverado 5500s now. But what they do is they take a International CV chassis and they'll basically make it into a brush truck or fire truck, and they just put on 6 of these black steel wheels, and it looks very nice. Usually, you know, you'd run a 255 70R 22.5 tire. You can go a little wider, a little taller, but again, that would just kind of depend on, you know, for me, what kind of clearance you have in your wheel wells and how much tire, you know, sidewall you want to have. We've found that the 255 70R 22.5 is a good option because it's the lowest profile 22.5 you can get, still 16 ply, plenty of capacity, going to have just as much, if not more capacity as your 19.5 that you had, but it's the lowest profile, so clearance isn't necessarily an issue as much, I should say.
One wheel, I know this also, if you've got older motorhomes, the Fleetwood Bounder or I know Dolphin,
right,
they come sometimes with 22.5 by 6 3/4, which is not really made anymore. So this could be a viable replacement. I know we sell a lot of those for those older motorhomes, but yeah, motorhomes, you know, we always say the only thing standard is nothing is standard. So if you've got a motorhome with 22.5s, definitely make sure that it's either 8 or 10 lug, because a lot of the 8 lugs are these 7.5s. 10 lugs bump up to the 8 1/4. And I know one reason when going up from 19.5 to 22.5, we really need to go to 7.5. We can't really go all the way to 8 1/4 because you run out of clearance on some of those trucks. So guys want to go, you know, bigger is better, but sometimes bigger doesn't work. So that 7.5 is kind of what we use here.
Yeah, that's a good point. And even guys who want to spare for those older motorhomes, they had 22.5 by 6 3/4. This is generally the spare we recommend at 22.5 by 7.5, frankly, because we don't have a 6 3/4 anymore, and probably not a lot of other people do. And this generally works out just fine. I know on, you know, some F53 chassis, they use like a 235 80R 22.5 tire, a 245 75 of some kind. So this wheel can range quite a few widths of tires. So just keep that in mind. Just a reminder, both these options are going to be polished on both sides. So when you order this wheel or you order a kit, you'll get 4 of the same aluminum wheel part numbers in a kit, and you would just pick and choose which ones you want to run as fronts or steers and which ones you want to run as outer rears, because it really doesn't matter, because they're polished on both sides and can be flipped accordingly. So again, these are 22.5 by 7.5. This Alcoa part number is 873407 from Alcoa, high polish, and this is 22.5x7.5 from Northstar. Obviously, both great options to decide from. You can't go wrong with either. So just let us know if you have any questions, if you want to either upgrade those trucks or get some spares or replacements.